I just got done watching Willie D's video, and this is actually how I found out about what I'm about to talk to you about right now. And man, let me tell you, Dwayne Wade, you may have set your sons up, especially your youngest son in particular, with I don't know what his future is going to look like. Because this does not look right or look good, in my opinion, and many other people's opinion at all. So as you can see right here, this is a picture of Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, their son, well, his son, and the daughter that he and Gabrielle have together. Now, it's supposed to be a Thanksgiving picture, and he put it up on his social media. And man, them people went in on the comment section about his son. Now, let's look at it for a second in here. Look at what the son has on. He has on a crop top, number one. That's a crop top he has on right there. But look at his hands in particular. If you squint a little bit, you can see it. His son has on fake nails. Like fake nails that he probably went to the salon and got put onto his fingertips. That is what people are up in arms about right now. I've told y'all that this is all Gabrielle's doing right here. This is all Gabby's doing right here. Because there is no way in hell I don't think Dwayne Wade would have allowed this to go on his own accord. This lets me know who's running that relationship. We know who's wearing the pants in that relationship. You can tell too, because look at how Dwayne Wade was acting before he got with her, or even when they were just dating, opposed to now that they've been married. Now look at some of the fashion choices Dwayne Wade has been making after they got married. She's probably the one that lays his clothes out and says, "This is what you're going to wear." Gabby wears the pants in that relationship. She's just not wearing them right now, but y'all know what I mean. But anyway, Dwayne Wade, got back on social media because, there was a lot of backlash, and I mean, it was a lot of it, that went at him for this. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people aren't even criticizing on the fact that his son happens to be gay. At this point, I think it's pretty cut and dry that that's the direction he wants to live his life. But he is starting to do a lot of things real early that he should be doing when he's an adult. Mind you, he's only 11, 12 years of age doing this right now. Imagine where he's going to be at when he's 13. Imagine what he's going to do when he wants on his 13th birthday. Imagine when he's probably going to want to have a sweet 16. Imagine how he's going to be when he turns 18. Most people don't even allow their natural born daughters, and it's a shame I have to even say that. Most people don't even allow their natural born daughters to wear fake nails, or wear lipstick, or wear makeup, or wear a weave, or wear fake eyelashes. But you're allowing your 12-year-old son to wear fake nails and crop tops. I don't know what kind of shoes he got on, but something tells me it's not in the men's section or in a men's catalog. It could be, I don't know. With the way that they doing these fashion choices for men nowadays, it's kind of hard to tell. But Dwayne Wade got on his social media, and I'm going to read to you what he said. "I've seen some post-Thanksgiving hate on social media about my family photos. Stupidity is a part of this world we live in, so I get it. But here's the thing. I've been chosen to lead my family, not y'all, so we will continue to be us and support each other with pride." How about that? With pride, and not the kind of pride y'all thinking of, but we know what they mean. Okay. "Love and a smile," the retired NBA star wrote. Listen, Dwayne or D-Wade, we know that you would want us to believe that you're leading that household, but let's be real here. The person leading that household is the same person who just got fired from America's Got Talent because they couldn't control their mouth. Yes, I know that it could be, like I said, most likely it is racism and it is sexism when it comes to Gabby. But let's be real here. A lot of the stuff that she said and done over the years has built up to this, and she got smacked back down and she got knocked down a few pegs. She pretty much got put back in her lane, and she was told, who was boss that day, and that wasn't her. Gabby, to me, comes off as a very bossy, mean, selfish person. She even said it herself years ago that she was seen as the mean girl, and she prided herself on that in order to get acting roles. If you look at how she was in that movie Deliver Us from Evil throughout most of that movie, she played a mean woman until LL Cool J's character broke her down. Even when she was in the movie Bring It On, even though in the movie, if you really dig deep, the movie Bring It On was about a cultural appropriation. That's really what it was, for those who didn't know. But y'all should know that by now. She still kind of played a mean, hard exterior type of character, even though that's what the role was. But it's amazing that she played it so well. And in case y'all didn't know, Gabby, at that time, was close to 30, playing a high schooler. She was playing a character that was damn near 10 years older than what they required, but because of her youthful looks, she got away with it. Now, why you got to ask yourself one question. Why would someone who's damn near 30 be pressed to pay someone like that who was a high schooler when that could have went to a person who was age appropriate? Not saying that it couldn't have, but it's amazing that she played that role, and she said that she had a reputation for being a mean girl in Hollywood, and she even admitted herself that that's how she was, because she felt like that's how she had to get by in that industry, was by being mean. And I'm like, well, damn. And now people are starting to see the real her after she got removed from AGT. But they're also starting to see how she is within her personal life with her family. So you came and swooped in, like she literally came and swept in, and a lot of people were still mad about that because they felt that she snatched Dwade from his ex. And now you are basically this. Let me tell you, this is all mostly her doing. It's Dwade's doing as well because he's allowing it. But I believe she's playing a huge, and I mean a significantly huge part in this as well. This woman has Dwade's nuts in a jar sitting on her nightstand somewhere. And them shits is locked down. That thing has a deadlock, a padlock, a secret code, a eye retina scan, a thumbprint, all of that. If he even attempts to try to get them back, that's it. But yeah, D-Way, you act like people we're not going to have an issue with this. And see, this is the thing. And I left this comment on Willie D's channel. I said it's two things going on. One, they are either in bed with the Alphabet Academy, which through their son, it probably is, well, his son. Or two, they're trying to get in bed with the Alphabet Academy. See, the thing is, the Alphabet Academy has flaunted their self all over the place now to make themselves be a trend that everyone thinks that being a part of that community is a trend. Remember a couple years ago when they came out with them shirts when they said G is the new black? And that was not even 10 years ago when that shirt came out, or when that shirt went viral. They were telling you then what they were doing. And ironically, they had black men who were a part of the G class wear the shirts. They were telling you then what their plan was. And a lot of people laughed it off. I did not laugh it off. I saw what was coming. And here we are in 2019, and look at what's happening. Now it's almost like you can't even speak against stuff like this. You can't speak your opinion against this without fear of being called this phobic or that phobic, and all types of phobics that aren't even phobics, because phobia is to be scared of something, and calling out BS behavior when it deserves to be called out is not a phobia, and it doesn't make you scared. It means calling out the shit for what the fuck it is. This could be classified as child abuse. Now, what's going to happen if the boy grows up and he's all confused and everything? He's going to end up resenting his parents for this behavior. Probably saying, why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you tell me this was not okay to do this early? If I wanted to make my own decisions, why didn't you allow me to do that when I got older? Because now it's going to be like you pressured him into doing things by not telling him what was right and what was wrong. That's why a lot of them end up fucked up in the head, depressed and whatnot, and end up committing suicide. You know, the suicide rates in that community are very high. It probably stems from stuff like this. I'm not saying everything, but a good chunk of it does. But they're not going to dive that deep into the rabbit hole. And it's amazing this comes up because look at what happened recently with Alicia Keys and her son. Talking about, well, he went into the nail shop and got rainbow colored nails, and when he was done and looked at his fingers, he said, "Ma, I don't think this looks good because the people are going to judge me." I said, yes, they are going to judge you, but then she made it seem like people would not judge him. If that wasn't the case, Alicia, then why did you get on your platform on Instagram and make almost a 3-minute video talking about it? If he wasn't going to be judged, you wouldn't have made that video. Even you knew he would be judged, but you had to try to tone it down to a point or to a science, a pseudoscience at that, like he wouldn't be. And you know that he would. You grow up, you pretty much been in this industry for a very long time, since 2002. That's a long time to 2009. 19. You have seen some things. You know that they will be judged. Keep this up between Dwade, Gabrielle Union, and Alicia Keys. You keep this up if you want your sons to keep painting your nails, because you know what that's going to lead to. Look at what happened with E.J. Johnson. It started like that, and look at where he's at now. I swear he might as well at this point just go ahead and have the surgery and transition. I'm surprised he hasn't done it already. He's halfway there. And Magic Johnson, you know, he keeps trying to pretend like this is okay. I'm like, I know this is hurting him too, especially since this is why Magic Johnson has the worst of it, because his son is named after him. Sorry about that. Something popped up on my screen. I don't know if you caught that, but I'll repeat it again. Magic Johnson's son is named after him, E.J. Irvin Johnson Jr. I think I've only seen one picture in my life of EJ that was when he wasn't wearing anything extra flamboyant, and that was before or right around the time when he probably first came out to his parents. That was before all the flamboyancy stuff that we see with him today. That's back when EJ was still kind of big, but then of course you know he had that surgery. But look at him now, walking down the damn street looking like a fucking hooker, but you want to act like that's okay. You can turn a blind eye all you want to, but those of us who are of sane sound in mind are not going to turn a blind eye to this shit. It's a shame when we care more about our kids than some of the ones that gave birth to them. But they want this to be put out into the world as if this is some kind of normalcy, and then claim there's no agenda. Bullshit. And the reason why the inflection in my voice got big is because of three things. What's the three things that the three people that I mentioned between Magic Johnson, Dwade, and Alicia Keys' son? All of them are boys. 3 black men. Well, EJ's a grown man, but he was a boy at one point. This is how society would prefer to see our boys. Completely emasculated. And the earlier, the better. Because then that means they do not have to do all the extra work when they get older. It'll be embedded into their brains. It'll be embedded into their bodies by the time they get to a certain age, and they'll be groomed and ready for the grand stage, whatever the hell that may be. And people want to walk and waltz around here and tap dance around the issue as if that is okay. I'm sorry, but it just isn't. If you want to live that lifestyle, okay, fine, do that. But The line in the sand has to be drawn somewhere, because there are people who are out there who are part of the G class who still carry themselves as a man. And looking at this picture with Zion Wade, is that his name, Zion Wade? We can see what direction he's headed. We already know what direction EJ Johnson is in right now. As for Alicia Keys' son, hopefully that's just a something like a phase that he'll snap out of. But I think that was definitely pressure put onto him by his mother. But I see what they're doing here, but it's a shame because a lot of people aren't seeing it, or they do see it, but they're scared to call it out. And when you're in that industry, it's hard for them to call it out because they're around that element all the time. It's amazing what a small group can do on a massive scale. If that's not called power, I don't know what is. And the reason why many of them have it is because they have a machine to back that shit up. That's one thing, right? That was the nail in the coffin, was what 44 did in allowing same-sex couples to get married. That was the nail in the coffin right there. Well, not the nail, but the cherry on top. When I told people then, I said, when that happens, get ready. The can of worms is now officially open. Pandora's box is open. It's going to be a lot more that's going to come down the pike. And that was what? I don't know when did he pass that as legislation. I think that was in his second term, so it had to be between 2000 and 2012 and in 2016. And look at where we are in 2019 now. I told you, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. They took an inch, and now they took a few yards. A few yards, a few miles, however you want to put it. Took a few blocks. But that's really all I have to say right here. Like I said, one of the main reasons that this really is annoying to me is because it's literally targeting our boys, and many people don't seem to get that. But y'all keep it up though. Y'all keep it up, and y'all keep, doing whatever it is that you're doing. You keep ignoring the signs. You keep ignoring the messages, and let that be that. Then you got Billy D. Williams and whatever the hell he got going on. It's a lot. But I'm going to end the video on this note. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.